My boyfriend destroyed my deceased grandmother's jewelry box, and I think I deserve it. My boyfriend and I have been together for a year and a half. There have been a few times when he's blown up on me over the smallest things. Usually he gets angry and makes it everyone in the house's problem. When I finally stood up for myself, he hurt me in one of the most painful ways possible. I don't know if I should forgive him or if the blame is on me. My grandmother died of lung cancer when I was 12. She was the toughest and most hilarious little old lady, and I miss her every day. Everything my grandmother intended to give us after she passed away was taken by one of her sisters before we could get to her house. By the time my mom was finally able to get there, very little remained. Among the few items left was a beautiful white jewelry box that could sit on a counter. My mother gave it to me after seeing how drawn I was to it. That jewelry box was the only thing I had left of my grandmother. When I moved out of state to live with my dad as a teenager, it was one of the few things I refused to leave behind. A couple of days ago, I wanted to get my hair done, but was indecisive, so I asked my boyfriend what he thought. I gave him a couple of color choices I was considering: jet black or a random shade of red. He told me he preferred black over red. I took his thoughts into consideration, but ultimately decided to go with red. As soon as he saw me earlier today after my appointment, he was furious, saying I never listened to him and that he was so repulsed by me he couldn't even sleep with me until I changed it. He called me several expletives. I decided to go lie down and rest before my shift that night. Ignoring him didn't diffuse the situation at all. He started grabbing everything that was mine from our shared bedroom and throwing it down the hallway. He kept saying I was in the way and told me to get up and sleep on the couch. He's done this several times before, and every time he waits until I break down and apologize before I'm allowed to move my things back into our room. This can last anywhere from a few hours to a few weeks. However long it lasts, he makes sure my life is a living hell the entire time, yelling at me, belittling me, and telling me what a terrible person I am. This time I was over it. I was too exhausted to play his game, so I just lay in bed, trying to drown out the vile things spewing from his mouth. When he saw he wasn't getting a reaction, he started breaking things and tearing up my drawings. Before destroying each item, he kept saying all I had to do was get my things out of his room and get my ugly ass out. When I still refused, he grabbed my jewelry box and held it over his head. As soon as I realized what he was about to do, I became frantic. I started sobbing and begging him to stop. I was so loud that his mom heard me from her bedroom on the other side of the house and came to see what was going on. She tried to reason with him, but he was enraged. He just kept shouting, "Get the F out now!" After about 30 seconds of chaos, he slammed my jewelry box onto the floor. I was speechless. I began to sob, but no sound came out. His mom looked at me and told me to go sleep in her room and lock the door. As soon as I left, I heard her unleashing on him. I'm positive I heard her slap him hard. I just took my blanket and did as I was told. Eventually, I managed to fall asleep. When I woke up, both my boyfriend and his mom were gone. I didn't have time to question it because I had to go to work. I'm currently on my lunch break and still haven't heard from either of them. I guess I'll have to figure out what's going on when I get off tomorrow morning. I think it might be my fault he broke it, because all I had to do was get out of the room. My stubbornness destroyed one of the most treasured possessions I have. I feel like an idiot, and I don't even know if there's a way to repair it. I'm just so heartbroken, and I needed to vent. Your boyfriend is an abuser. He's an abuser. He's abusing you. Simple as that. And she is blaming herself because he's an abuser and he's manipulating her into making it feel like it's her fault. And now she's gaslighting herself thinking that it's her fault. It is absolutely not your fault. He's an abuser, and I would get out of that relationship, get out of that house as soon as you possibly can. As soon as you possibly can. This is terrible. It's awful. The top comment says, "You know you're describing domestic abuse, right?" And his mom knew it and beat the shit out of him. Leave now. It's not safe for you. It's not. It's not. Oh my God. It's not your fault. That makes me so sad that she's like, I think it's my fault that he broke it. Like, I was being so stubborn. No, he was being a psycho person and he should have never done that. And he should never do any of those things that you just said in that whole entire post. In fact, He should just be non-existent. Update. My boyfriend broke the jewelry box I inherited from my grandmother, and I thought it was my fault. This is an update to a post that I made a couple of days ago. After I got off my shift that morning, my boyfriend was sitting on the front porch waiting for me. As soon as I opened the door and got out, he approached me and kept telling me how sorry he was. I was still very angry and hurt, so I didn't say much. When I walked inside, he led me to our room. It was spotless, the cleanest I think I've ever seen it. He showed me that he had tried to put the jewelry box back together. I knew he did his best, but there were pieces missing, and the glass from the doors were shattered. I just looked at him and said, "Thank you." I didn't complain or say anything else because I knew what would happen if I did. Apparently, though, I wasn't enthusiastic enough because he got annoyed almost immediately. He started calling me ungrateful. I told him that he couldn't undo what he did, and that's when he became irate. His mom was at work, so I didn't really have any backup, but his little sister was home. After he started yelling, he grabbed my jewelry box again and took it outside, shouting that I was ungrateful and didn't deserve him. His 6-year-old little sister heard us yelling and followed me outside. We both watched as he threw the jewelry box onto the concrete, smashing it worse than before, and then picked up several pieces and put them in his pocket. I started crying again, and I fell to my knees beside the remnants. His little sister came over to comfort me and told me that she loves me more than she loves him, that her big brother was really mean. I told her that I loved her too, but she shouldn't say things like that, especially while he could be still listening. She nodded and helped me pick up the shards of wood and glass. I told him I wanted to leave. At first, he called my bluff and said, "Fine, leave then." But when I texted my dad that I needed him to come get me and he realized what I'd done, he lost it. He started crying uncontrollably, took my phone and texted my dad back, pretending to be me, saying it was all a misunderstanding, that everything was okay and that we had worked it out. After that, he spent probably 4 hours talking to me, telling me he was going to be better, that he was sorry, but also pointing out all the things I do that are wrong or shitty. I think tonight was the first time I really looked at him and knew that this is going to be over. I don't know when or how yet, but I know that this is not going to be the rest of my life. That poor little girl. Oh, I wish you could take her with you. And this mom needs to kick this guy out because he's a danger to society. He's a danger to his sister. He's a danger to his mom. He's a danger to this girl. He's a danger. He's disgusting. I hate him. He's literally nasty. Like, men like this, and also women like this. Any person that is like this, you're the worst type of person, and I literally wish terrible things onto you. I'm sorry. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. You should be ashamed of yourself, and you should be literally locked up. Like, you should be going to jail. You should go to jail. Seriously. Because God only knows that at some point this is going to turn into a physical abuse situation. If it hasn't already, he probably has already physically abused her. But in the future, he's probably going to physically abuse someone, or maybe even physically abuse his little sister, or physically abuse his mom. Like, he is no excuse for a human being. Like, he's a terrible excuse for a human being. I hate him. I could say really bad things right now that I won't say because they're kind of messed up, but like, genuinely, barf. The top comment says, "Girl, get the F out of there. Call your dad from the bathroom if you have to tell him to come no matter what, because your hopefully soon ex is abusive and controlling and broke your stuff, and he pretends to be you through text." That's like, this is so textbook, like, domestic abuse, and it's so sad. I literally hate him so much. And I'm so glad that she's like realizing, like, I knew that this was going to be over, and I don't know when or how yet, but I know that this isn't going to be the rest of my life, because he's doing the cycle of like abusing you and then apologizing, saying he's sorry, and he can't even like keep it together to the point where he's like immediately getting irate again and then having to go through the cycle again. Like, it's genuinely so concerning. It's like you need so much therapy. You need so much treatment or something, because you're scary. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.